Welcome to SportsBeat KC, the Kansas City Star's daily sports podcast. It's Friday, October 21st, and I'm Blair Kirchhoff. We're talking college basketball today. The Big 12 and SEC held their media days this week, and that means we heard from coaches and players. On today's show, you'll hear the podium sessions of Kansas coach Bill Self and Kansas State new coach Jerome Tang from the Big 12 event in Kansas City. Missouri met with reporters in Birmingham, Alabama, and you'll hear SEC Network interviews with new coach Dennis Gates and players Kobe Brown and Nick Honor. Let's hear what everyone had to say, starting with Bill Self.
Well, it's good to be here again. It's obviously just right around the corner, and we're very excited about this year's group. It's young, inexperienced, but I think pretty talented, and certainly one that hopefully by January we'd have a chance to play a high enough level that we can compete for a title in a league that's been as good or better than any league in the country. So it'll be a stiff challenge, but certainly one we're all looking forward to. Can't wait to get started.
Okay, I'm sure we've got questions. If you raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you. We'll start off over here to the right, Coach.
Hey, Bill, Blair Kirchhoff with the Kansas City Star. And speaking of the league, Big 12's had a lot of success in so many areas. Computer rankings and draft picks and regular season success. But what are the rings for this league over the last couple of years and 3 straight years in the title game? How does that elevate the status of the Big 12?
Well, I think it's hard to say that you're the best if you don't actually produce it when it counts the most. And so, we've been like the RPI or the net. I think we've been the top league in the country, 6 of the last 7, something like that. And 5 of those years we didn't have anything to show for it. So at the end of the day, so I do think it means a lot. I know with us personally, we've had a large number of very good teams that basically was in the game and had a possibility of winning a national championship and didn't get it done. So for us, I think we owed it not only to our school but also to our league to actually deliver on those opportunities, and we were able to do so this year. And of course, Baylor was able to do so last year. So I think in Tech came a jump shot away from doing it in the prior tournament. So I think those type of finishes are what elevates a league to being thought of to be really, really good regular season, but can be thought of to being the best overall.
Coach on the back row to the left.
Hey, Coach. Mason Horodisky with KMAC and KLBK back in Lubbock, Texas. Can you walk us through what it was like recruiting Kevin McCullough through the transfer portal this season and how big of an addition that was considering his success in the Big 12 already?
Yeah, Kevin fit us perfectly. We thought, he's versatile. He can, play point, he can play 4. We think he was a great gift for us, and he's been so well coached, by Chris and by Mark, obviously. So yeah, it was good. It's a weird time now, I don't know how many players transferred within the league this past year, and it's one that you could say maybe could upset a school when they leave to go compete against them at the next school. But I mean, we gotta face it. It's the way of the world. It is. We had a youngster go to Oklahoma State 2 years ago, and we don't wish any ill will on him. We hope he does well, just not at our expense. And I would think Tech would feel the same about Kevin because he's a marvelous young man. But he became a very, very high priority for us when he became available because I just love his versatility, and I think he fits us perfectly.
More questions for Coach Self? Coach, we're going to have one for you in the middle, about the third row back.
Coach, Sam Lance with Zag's blog. It was reported sometime last week that the NBA might be changing the draft age back to 18. What are just your thoughts on that, and how will it affect recruiting?
Well, it'll certainly affect recruiting, but I'm not sure it'll affect the majority of us recruiting. I mean, we haven't recruited, very many one and dones of late. I guess Josh was the last one, but we've done a really nice job recruiting. But over time, in the 20 years we've been here, we've recruited, I think, 9 one and dones, which is still a high number, but it's not like we're recruiting to live off of those guys to be our leading scorer and leading rebounder their freshman year. So I don't know that it'll affect us a ton. I think obviously the best programs will still get the best guys. Hardest workers will still get the best guys. But being able to evaluate and project will be more important now than ever, because it's not as hard to evaluate and project the number one pick is going to be a really good player for your program. But you get past those top 10 or 12 or whatever guys there is, it's going to be a lot more about development, at least with those type of guys, and maybe what it has been here recently.
Coach, we've got one for you on the television platform.
PJ Green, Fox 4 here in KC. Any young guys you're going to be dependent on besides the big three that you have here today?
Well, yeah. I mean, I brought my vets today. Jalen's a sophomore, and Kevin's a junior, and Juan's a sophomore, I guess, by COVID and new eligibility rules. But we signed 4 freshmen. Zuby was probably the most unheralded one, but he's going to be a terrific player. He's got bounce. He's 6'8", and got a body, and he's just time away. And then Ernest is 6'10". He's a rim runner, and really good lob catcher, defender. I think he's got a chance to be a special guy. MJ Rice is kind of a young Wayne Selden type, and Wayne was a terrific player for us. Hopefully MJ can become a reactor instead of thinker, because he's thinking too much now. But he's going to be a great player. And then Grady Dick has been everything we thought he would be thus far. He's got a high release, and at 6'8", he can get his shot off, and certainly can really shoot the basketball. So we'll depend on all those guys, and all of them will play. But right now, I'd say Grady probably has the biggest chance to have a huge impact early. But all of them will see action.
Any other questions for Coach Self? Oh, over here to your right, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Jackson Schneider, KSAL in Salina. You've got a roster full of players now that gained invaluable experience with the national championship run, and you add in a player in Kevin McCullough who's also been on that stage as well. What does that experience do in terms of setting the bar for success for the younger players that you have on your roster, and what that can do moving your program forward?
Well, I think, in a perfect world, you want your foundation to be your older guys, but maybe your most talented kids to be your younger guys. I mean, it's kind of a perfect world. And we've got a situation where, we're returning 2 that have been on the biggest stage and have a ton of experience, and a transfer that's also been on the big stage, even though at Tech. But other than that, we're really, really young. I mean, we've got guys that were contributors last year that now have to become major contributors this year. And it's going to be a different role for everybody. But, I like it. I think we had unbelievable leadership last year. And I think that those 3, and primarily Juan and Jalen, I think they can become, some of the more elite leaders that we've ever had there. So I'm excited about it. I think our youngsters need to be good, but our vets need to be really good to make sure our youngsters are good. And I think they have the right makeup and the unselfishness in order to do that.
Okay. Stay on schedule. We've got time for one more question. I think we've got one on the television platform. Nope. Rachel, did you have one? Christopher? Nope. Okay, Coach.
We switch to SEC Media Day in Birmingham and hear from Missouri head coach Dennis Gates along with returning forward Kobe Brown. They were interviewed together. After that, you'll hear an interview with new point guard Nick Honor.
Made you say, let's go to Columbia, Missouri?
Well, it was a couple things, and I appreciate the question. Obviously, the leadership at our institution, President Moon Choi, Board of Curators, Desiree Reed-Francois, our athletic director, the tradition of Mizzou basketball, Norm Stewart, but also the coaches that have come before him. My conversation with Konzo Martin, those things matter. And, you know, it takes a great fan base. It takes a great tradition, and we have it.
What can you tell us about your conversation with Konzo? I think that's fascinating because you don't always expect that to be the case.
I mean, our profession, we all see each other, we all know each other through time. But, you know, it was one of those things where it's just a simple conversation that I was curious to have with him regarding that. It's not like that was my first ever conversation with him.
Sure.
But, you know, it was just advice in the process of me being a head coach in general. He was someone that I've always asked questions to, whether we were sitting together on the road, recruiting a young man, or even in passing, and those things of the community, how he and his family experienced it, no different than normal professional conversations. So it was great.
And I'm sure you're excited to know this guy is going to be there. Which, by the way, first of all, Kobe Brown, did you grow?
I think so.
6'9", I think now, right?
Yeah.
But you listed at 6'8". I think he grew an inch.
Yeah, I got measured at 6'9" the other day.
6'9", you imagine that? And
I keep hoping that'll happen to me as well.
It'll throw the set all off, though, Atari. We need you to stay right where you are.
Okay.
What was the conversation with Coach? When he got the job, he calls you, and what'd you guys talk about?
First conversation, one of the first things he told me was that if he's not invited to my wedding, when I'm done, you know, playing ball, whenever I decide to get married, then he didn't do his job. So instantly I knew it was more than just, you know, playing basketball and, you know, the business. So
for the record, are you engaged?
No.
Close to engaged?
No.
I was going to say, we need you to stay focused. Really, right, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate his parents, man. He comes from great leadership. His dad, obviously, a high school coach, but mom is definitely the coach of the house, and she has done a great job, not only with Kobe, but also Caleb, and we're blessed to have them. I'm blessed to have them part of my life, but also our institution. It speaks volumes to his loyalty. Coach Konzo Martin and his staff developed this young man into who he is, and he's going to continue to grow, and I'm excited to see what this season has in store.
Joined now by Nick Honor from Missouri, and you know, you come over from Clemson, you transfer in. What was your decision to come to Missouri?
Definitely just wanted a new start. I jumped in the portal and talked to Coach Gates and them, and then just built a bond with them. So I just felt that Missouri was the best choice for me.
Now, what are you most excited about now? Coming from the ACC to come to the SEC, what are you looking forward to the most?
Just the competition, day in and day out. I just want to prove everybody wrong as a team, and just see us succeed throughout the year.
So I hear that a lot of people think you're on the football team. Yeah?
Yes.
How often do you get asked about that?
Almost every day, whether somebody mad at me on social media or my teammates. But it's cool. I just always tell them, just watch the game and you'll see.
So that's the rebuttal, is watch the game?
Yes, indeed.
So something that inspires you is your mom. Can you elaborate on that?
She inspires me a lot. Strongest woman I know. She does a lot for me, my sisters and my dad. So just my motivation pretty much every day.
What's practice been like with this new team, new coaching staff? What is the read so far?
Practice has been good. A lot of high energy stuff. We do a lot of talking, and just getting a feel for everybody, bonding together. Practice has been well, though. I'm excited for us.
What do you want SEC fans to know about who Nick Honor is?
Just a solid point guard. We'll do whatever it takes to get the job done, and I just want to win at the end of the day.
Hey, this is Blair. There are several ways to access the Star Sports section. Let me tell you about a couple of them. There's Sports Pass. For $12.99 a month, you get unlimited digital access to all the Star Sports content, including beat writing, columns, features, pretty much everything we write. The deal renews monthly until you tell us to cancel. For $159.99 a year, you get everything the Star has to offer digitally, including sports and the e-edition. Go to kansascity.com and drop down to the bottom of the page where it says Start a Subscription for more information. Your support has never been more important. As always, thanks for reading and listening. Back to Kansas City and K-State coach Jerome Tang. He comes from Baylor, where he was a longtime assistant, including a member of the 2021 staff that won the NCAA title. Here is Coach Tang.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I know our guys are too. We've got a great group of young men who fit what the K-State family is about. And we're excited to get better every single day and looking forward to starting the season.
Okay, remember, if you've got a question for Coach Tang, raise your hand and we'll have one of the handheld microphones get to you. Got one over here to the left. Rachel and Christopher are our handheld microphone operators today.
Hey, Coach. Matthew Poston's Heartland College Sports. Can you talk a little bit about Mizzou's development since you've gotten there at Kansas State?
Both Ish and Marquise have both been invaluable to the program because they understand the family environment at Kansas State. They've done a great job helping us recruit the team that we have. And Ish we've challenged Ish. And in fact, his mom on video the other day challenged him to go rebound more. And so we're looking forward to seeing that.
Coach, Cole Carmody, GoPowerCat.com, 24/7 Sports. You guys obviously have brought in a lot of new guys with only Ish and Marquise coming back. How has that process been over the summer of just everybody gelling together?
It's obviously a process building chemistry, but when you bring in good kids who care about the right things, and that part of it becomes easier. I think we have a team that likes each other. They spend a lot of time together, both on and off the court. We still have to work at them understanding each other's strengths on the basketball court, and that's going to take time and experience.
Coach, over here, sorry. Jackson Schneider, KSAL in Salina. You kind of had a blank canvas when you came to Kansas State, like Cole had mentioned, just 2 returning players. So you had an opportunity to kind of create your own roster with the players that you want that fit your play style potentially and your mindset. What exactly are you looking for, or were you looking for, and what did you find this season?
Well, from what was available for us, the number one thing that we're looking for is hard workers, guys who are addicted to the game of basketball. And, if you're addicted to it, you can't stay out of the gym. You're going to keep getting better. And because nobody's ready, right now where they need to be. So everyone has to continue to get better. The second thing is toughness. We wanted guys who had been through some things in life, and they understood how to overcome things. And then lastly, we wanted winners. And we have 8 state championships on the roster. And so guys who had won before.
Here in the middle.
Hey, Jerome, Kellen Strabanet here with the Wichita Eagle Kansas City Star. Kind of a two-part question on Keontae. I know he's had some injury issues in the past, health issues in the past. Can you tell us about how you navigated that when you brought him in and how he's doing in that regard? And then secondly, just what's he looked like in practice and how much can he help you guys this season?
Well, I can't comment on Keontae's health things in the past, but I can tell you that he's very healthy right now, and he's doing a great job. Hasn't missed any time at all at practice, and he's getting in better shape, and he competes at a very high level. So I'm looking forward to him continuing to get better.
Coach Jerome Tang, Ryan Gilbert with GoPowerCat.com, 24/7 Sports. Last time we talked to you back in August, you said Taj Manning was a player that sort of stuck out to you and was surprising in the offseason. Since then, who's a player or two that stuck out to you?
Well, I'm going to tell you, those 2 freshmen, Taj and Dorian Finister, they've both been exactly what I'd hoped they would be, and even a little bit more in their work ethic and what they're doing in the weight room. And I don't know that you guys are going to see that this year on the court, but for what's going to happen in this program moving forward, they're going to play an integral part.
Do you look at all at Iowa State, what they were able to do with the new coaching staff coming in there last year as what's possible for a first-year program?
Yeah, of course, TJ put a lot of pressure on every coach that takes over a program, and the administrations look at it too and say, it can be done. Our expectations is that we win every day. And if we win every day, then at the end, come March, I think the K-State family and we'll all be happy.
Let's go right here.
Coach Alec Bussey, Online. You spent about 20 years with Scott Drew, and you guys had a lot of success there at Baylor, especially the last 5 years. As you take over your own program, what kind of things from your time with Coach Drew, culture-wise, structuring of practice, have you kind of tried to bring to Manhattan?
Well, Scott is like, he's family. He's a brother to me, and I absolutely love him. And the thing that he taught me is servant leadership, and so and his humility. And so I hope to bring that to the culture at K-State, the K-State family. But I think that's what K-State was already about, was people who serve each other and very, very humble, hardworking people. And I think that's why I fit, and we're going to be a great marriage.
Got time for maybe one or two more questions? Got one here in the two in the middle, one on the television dais.
Coach Neil Jones from KCTV5 here in town. I know you're wearing purple, and I know you've coached against Bill Self and KU, but is it good for the league, even for K-State, that the Jayhawks won a national championship?
It is great for the Big 12 Conference that the last two national champions have come from our conference. And in the last 4 years, we've had a team in our conference play in the Final Four, because a rising tide raises all ships. And very much like SEC football, kids want to go play against the best. And we have the best conference in America, so we can get the kids to come here because they want to play against other great players.
Go up here to the front and middle.
Coach, Andy Mitz, Blue Wings Rising. Coming into the Big 12 Conference, how exciting and how intimidating is it to come to a conference that has so many great coaches and so many great teams?
Well, I've been in the conference for 19 years, so I don't feel like I'm coming into something. I just moved over, and knowing all the coaches there are great coaches. I mean, not good ones. There are great coaches in this league. But at the end of the day, none of those coaches take a shot, and none of them grab a rebound. So it's about getting really good players that can buy into what you're about. And so that's the thing that we have to do. We got to get really good players that are bought in.
Let's go back to the back.
Kendall Kaut, Sikkim 365. Jerome, I've seen on social media you've had a chance to attend a lot of football games, meet with a lot of students on campus in Manhattan. What's been your favorite part of that process?
The students. We have incredible students. I knew we had incredible students from when we played in Bramlage, and that place was rocking and rolling. But getting to know them and their passion and care for the university, our students, they're very philanthropic. I haven't run into one organization that's not raising money for something that needs to be touched in our community and in our state, and that's really endeared me to them and them to me. And so I absolutely love our students. Can't wait to see them in Bramlage.
Okay, got time for one more question right here in the middle.
Coach Cole Carmody at GoPowerCat.com, 24/7 Sports. We talked about getting a lot of new guys in here earlier, but you've also brought in a lot of experience. How important was it to you to get in guys who had played a lot of college basketball?
Well, you win with experience. I mean, if you look at the Big 12 football right now, the three teams at the top of the conference all have fifth-year quarterbacks, right? And so experience wins in our league. And so you have to have guys that are experienced, but you want experienced guys who have won also, so they understand it and they understand how to approach every day. The goal, too, is to balance the roster, because you don't want to lose all your experience after this year and then have to redo it again. And so to try and balance the roster was also important.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
That'll do it for today and this week on SportsBeat KC. Thanks to our production staff of Monty Davis, George Howard, Randy Mason, and Jeff Rosen. Today's morning sports edition was packed with college sports, NFL, baseball playoffs, NBA, NHL, auto racing coverage, everything. Go to liveedition.kansascity.com for more information. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week with more SportsBeat KC episodes telling the stories of sports in Kansas City.